The Stanford Prison Experiment, Social Psychology 240, AV presentation by Ronnie Sylvain. The Stanford Prison Experiment. Here's a breakdown of the different sections that will be covered during this presentation. Background of the experiment, conducted in 1971 in the basement of Stanford University in a simulated prison. 24 male college students were randomly assigned the role of either a guard or a prisoner, with all the power lack thereof that each role exhibited in the real world. Themes explored focus on conformity, obedience, and situational influences on human behavior under authority. The significance of this study is pivotal in psychology, offering insight in human nature while sparking ethical debates in research practices. The man behind the experiment, Dr. Philip G. Zimbardo. He received his education from Brooklyn College, where he earned a BA in psychology, sociology, and anthropology from Brooklyn College, and completed his PhD in psychology at Yale. He taught at Yale University and New York University, and in 1968 became a professor at Stanford University, where he served for 50 years and will go on to design and lead the Stanford Prison Experiment in 1971. The purpose of the experiment: to investigate psychological effects, study power dynamics, understand conformity and obedience, and insight into real-world scenarios. Criticism of Dr. Zimbardo and the Stanford Prison Experiment are broken down into various different categories, from his ethical and methodological concerns, as serving as both the researcher and prison superintendent, compromise the objectivity and ethics of the study, not having fully informed the participants of the psychological distress that they would endure, the lack of proper oversight, the small sample size, and Zimbardo's failure to protect participants from lasting harm have been heavily criticized. Key events during the experiment. The experiment was scheduled to last 2 weeks, but was cut short to only 6 short days. Here's a breakdown of each day and what occurred. Findings and psychological concepts. Conformity dynamics. Participants conform to assigned roles, illustrating the powerful grip of situational pressure on behavior. Obedience to authority. The experiment showcased that individuals often comply with authority even when it contradicts the personal morals. Emergence of authoritarianism. Guards' roles led to authoritarian behavior, while prisoners demonstrated de-individuation and submissiveness under pressure. Learned helplessness and influence of situational factors, where behavior is influenced rather than inherent personality traits, challenging the assumption that individual responsibility and moral behavior is innate. The Stanford Prison Experiment and its relation to historical events. Insight into human behavior that was gathered by the Stanford Prison Experiment serves as a prime example of various different atrocities throughout recent history. From the Holocaust, where Nazi perpetrators, following orders, committed mass atrocities, the transatlantic slave trade, and the Abu Ghraib scandal in 2004 are all such examples. Conclusion. Enduring relevance. The Stanford Prison Experiment remains pivotal, continually highlighting human morality's vulnerability under specific situational pressures. Ethical reflections. Ongoing ethical discussions surrounding the experiment emphasize the delicate balance between knowledge acquisition and participants' welfare, and the insight to social psychology serves as a cautionary tale regarding conformity, obedience,